In this video, I'm going to tell you the top 5 mistakes beginners make with TRX straps and how to fix them. It's very important to make sure you're doing the right form with TRX straps because we all know bad form wastes time and builds bad habits. And again, there's 5 mistakes I'm going to go over, so let's get into it. And I see these things every day with clients, especially new ones. The first thing I want to talk about with the TRX straps is the strap length. There's little things that you can change here where you can adjust these straps to a really long length all the way at the bottom, a mid-length, and then all the way at the top like this. And there's also a mid-calf length, and that one's more for core exercises. But the first one I want to do is mid-length, and I'll show you why. Now, the mid-length option is really good for rows, and rows are like my favorite exercise to do with people on these because it really helps demonstrate like a reverse push-up. So you're going to be like this, pulling up like this. Now, if they're mid-length, you can go to right about here. Any further you go, it's going to be with your feet, and you're going to feel like you're going to fall down this way. So if that comes to the point where you need to be a little bit shorter with it, you can. Like for me, I'll show you. Like for me, I like to shorten this thing all the way to the top because that way I can adjust myself so I'm laying almost, not flat, but you know what I'm saying, like pretty parallel to the ground. You can pull up like this and go back here. Now, one of the mistakes you could make is if you lengthen it too much for, say, a row. I'm going to show you this. It's going to make no sense. So say this thing was all the way lengthened like this. I couldn't even do a row. I'd be like, okay, I'm here. It's like, I mean, I guess if this is a new person, I mean, it might be okay, but this is, for most people, way too long. And if I wanted to advance this at all, I can't. I'm like, there's nothing I can do about it. So the strap should not be this long for this exercise. So that's one common mistake. The other one would be for a press. So if you were to do push-ups, it would be smart to kind of have it here because it helps you not rub your arms with the strap. So this, I could be doing this and it feels super normal. But if I was to shorten this, I'm going to show you that. This would be the mistake with this one. If you're doing push-up movements and it was too high up like this, I'd go to a push-up. I can't even, like, I'd be up here and it would be all the way up here. That would not be correct. And then if I wanted to go down this way, it makes no sense. You know, I would be too squished in here, so that's not smart. So for a pushing movement, it would be, you know, midway or all the way long, and then the opposite for a pulling movement. So again, those are the common mistakes for strap length. Let's get to the next one. Also, if you want to get a TRX of your own, I'm going to link it in the description below. So the second common mistake is sagging hips. I'm going to show you that one. So I see this one all the time with beginners. So you go to do like a row, and what you want to do is have those hips super straight like this, so you're, you know, straight as a board. A lot of people will have their hips dip down like this, or they'll be wicked curved like this and doing some strange thing here. But you want to make sure you're straight as a board. So you don't want the hips down and you're going like this or anything. Make sure you're nice and straight. Same thing for the push-ups, and I'll show you in that exercise. So if I was to do push-ups and I had the hips sagging like this, that'd be bad. And also if I had the hips up like this, it wouldn't be good. You want to have that, again, straight as a board. As if someone's going to punch you in the stomach. You want to just brace your stomach, make sure you're going down, pushing up like that, making sure you're straight as a board. And what I tell people is if you can't keep it straight, make sure that you regress the exercise, make it a little easier, stand up a little straighter, and then go from there. And that brings me to my next point, which is foot position relative to the anchor. So what that means is, like for me, I can make my foot position all the way down here, and I'm good. But if I started to sag or whatever, what I would want to do is step back like this, so I'm standing up a little straighter, which is going to make it a little easier for me until I get strong enough to start stepping it down a little bit more. That's one of the best parts about the TRX strap is you can make minuscule changes and slowly over time get all the way down here and just get stronger and stronger, and you never have to buy more weights or anything. So that's pretty cool. And it's funny because most beginners never change their anchor position and plateau and wonder why they're not making any more gains. So like I said before, you can keep moving the angle. And like for a push-up, it'd be the same type of thing where, I'll show you, I gotta lengthen these out. I'm pretty skilled at this, but that could be a little difficult for people, but there's adjustments on this. But point is, I can start this push-up up here, almost standing up, I mean, kind of almost straight like this, kind of learning how to do the push-up, and I'm like, okay, that's a little easy. I can step it down. Okay, that's easy. And I can keep going down until I get down here or whatever, and you can keep progressing. You don't have to plateau at any point. Yeah, and we got another common mistake here, which is letting the straps go slack. And I'll show you what that looks like. And it's funny because I can keep using the row technique to show you pretty much all of these because that's one of my favorite exercises. I see this with beginners all the time. So what it looks like is they go to do a row, and when they come to the top, they let the things go slack, and they start again like this. They let it go slack, and that's not going to build the most optimal muscle. What you want to be able to do is keep it taut the whole time like this and go back. Notice how it never goes slack at all. So just like this. And it's especially with the rows. A lot of people will stand up like this, take a pause, and then go back into it. And they, right here too, I'm like, I'd be so scared like you're falling off a building. Ah! But like, no, you want to make sure that you're, again, keeping it just nice and taut. Now what that looks like in reference to push-ups would be more like this, where somebody's going to do a push-up and they're standing up so straight that they go to do a push-up, and when they get to the top, they push up and then they let the thing go slack again, and they go like this, and then they stand up, and you can let it, but you don't want that. You want to make sure that you're at a position, even if you're standing up all the way like that, I could let it go taut, but instead, make sure you're just engaged the whole time. Even up here, I'm slightly keeping it engaged, and I can still feel that in my arms and my chest, which is exactly what you want. So just don't ever let it go slack. And the last one is doing everything with 2 arms, because there's ways to do it with 1 arm. So the way to do it 1 arm is you put the TRX strap through the other one, and then you put it through the other one back through that, and that gives you a nice little tied strap like this. You can hold on to one of those. So basically, I can be here using 1 arm, doing rows like this, and then after that, you can switch to the other arm, do it just like that, and it's cool. I'll show you one that I learned a while back. This one's pretty fun. You can go like this, using 1 arm, you reach down like this, you come up, you pull through like this. Down, it's kind of like an archer row, like that. I'll show you on the other side. Go down like this, pull up, scoot through like this, down, back up like that. And that's a way to make sure that you can, get a little bit more resistance on one side. There's another way to do it if you were going to do like a bicep curl. Most of the time, in one of my other videos, I can link it above, we do both arms. This one, you can be on one side doing the same thing, just up like that. Sorry if that's a lot of noise, but yeah. One side like that. I can show you with the other side. It's going to look like this. Keeping that elbow up high. And it's nice too, because you can position yourself where you hold the arm up like this. There you go. And let's see. And another one you can do is a single side tricep skull crusher, just like this. So 1 arm at a time. And what it does is it makes it so that you make sure that one side isn't getting stronger than the other. So when I'm doing a normal workout, like say I was doing this with both arms, one of my arms might be stronger than the other, but if I'm doing it like this, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this if it's not strong enough. So that's really good. Another way to break through plateaus and, utilize 1 arm versus 2 arms. So one of the mistakes is, like I just said, is always thinking you have to do 2 arms. You can do 1 arm as well. And the other thing is it also helps with core because you're working on anti-rotation. So if I'm pushing or pulling with one side, it causes my body to try not to rotate. So that's going to add some resistance to the obliques and the abs in general. So just to recap, the top 5 mistakes for TRX straps are strap length, body line, foot position, tension, and not utilizing single arm. I would say if I had to pick one first, I would do the body line one and make sure that your hips aren't dipping, because that's one that you can, like most beginners right in the beginning are doing poorly. And as you get that line straighter and straighter, you're gonna be able to build core strength and glute strength, which are super important. Also, if you wanna get a TRX of your own, I'm gonna link it in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and check out all the other TRX videos I've shot.